Welcome back today, and we have another special interview with you today with no one that is no stranger to this area at all. And today we have Highjune. Yes, Highjune is in the building today. They are playing some big shows coming up. They got one at the State Theater here and one at Lincoln Theater coming up in the next week. But we're going to get a little bit of background about them and their journey and also what they got going on coming up in 2026. So it's only right we start with this question today. How did the band start, and how did you guys come up with the well-known name Highjune?
Oh man, I mean we gotta share this, right? How far do you want me to look?
I'm just like, that's fine right there.
Yeah. So Will and I kind of met on an Instagram page where he was talking about his love of music, and I'd always wanted to start a band, so we started talking about that. And over time, we met Ryan, played some covers around town, some frats and stuff. But we really wanted, I think, to do more, and that's where these two guys came into play.
Yeah, and so the name Highjune came from me. Sorry. I was looking for a bunch of different lyrics and like different names for the name Highjune back in the day. It was no quarter, which is the ECU slogan.
Yeah, we were like, we don't know what to call this thing. Yeah. We looked at this, there was the sign on the wall, no quarter, we were like, perfect.
So yeah, it was a huge placeholder at the time. And then
but it also makes sense too, just because like being from ECU like that.
Don't back down, just keep going. But that's the motto at least for us now. But I was like looking through a lot of different things, putting it in like rap name generators, just like doing it all. And so I heard some lyrics from Led Zeppelin. It was like, as sure as the dust that blows high in June. And I was like, oh, high in June, Highjune.
Nice little play on words right there.
And I mean, we wanted to do more. And some of the old members just, they didn't really care about that. They just wanted to have a good time, which like props to them, but I think we knew we had something going, and so we found these guys and just started putting songs out, and that's kind of how everything came to be. 4 years and 10 seconds there, but yeah. Anything you'd like to add, Will?
Nope, just the fact that we met James at 5th Street.
Yeah.
Jack we found flyering all around campus looking for singers.
Yeah.
That was like a good, 4 or 5 months of
old school. Yeah, it was. We were like months in with no singer. And we had already had a singer been doing shows, and so we were kind of panicking. And it was, I think, one of his buddies. Yeah. We were like, hey man, do you sing? And he was like, no, and like walked away. Which like, no, like I don't, we're soliciting on campus basically. And he comes running back and he's like, I know someone. And like a day later we got a text.
And he tried out, we liked them, and then the first practice we had, we wrote one of our top songs after hours in like 30 minutes of rehearsal.
That's awesome. Yeah. So y'all basically went around campus, like around on the mall, and were asking people like, "Hey, can you sing? Like, are you interested in doing this?"
It was very.
And then it kind of just went from there. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, now that you are established as a band, you are taking off, doing all these concerts, shows, all this stuff. How did everyone get their start in music? Let's take it back to day one. And how has that journey been from starting out here in Greenville to now where you are at, and then basically just where everything did start?
I mean, I started playing when I was a kid.
What'd you play as a kid?
Drums. Yeah, my dad plays, all his friends play, so I just kind of grew up around it. I didn't really have a choice. But I never played in a band until this band, so it was kind of interesting, kind of learning everything for the first time, and somehow that turning into what it is today. It's a little...
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
I started writing music when I was I think 8, and I started really just I don't know, I would learn a little bit of guitar, and then I'd take it and go write with what I could, and fell in love with piano a little bit later on, and I was just playing every coffee shop and open mic I could. I had small bands here or there, and then when I got to ECU I was just dying to play with anybody, so I did again open mics, stuff like that, small shows, and then found these guys 2.5, 3 years ago.
So I started playing piano when I was about 8, and then didn't get a guitar until I was probably 14. And then it was just like a riff a night, learning, I'm learning, fell in love with it. Then I had a little band in high school. We didn't have a singer, so we just wrote music. We wrote 20 songs and recorded all of them. No lyrics, nothing, just the music. Then it was got to college, I was just a bedroom guitarist. Wasn't even looking for a band, found them on accident, really. And my goal was to play at Bob's by the end of my senior year, and then we did it 2 months later. So now I'm just all right, well, you know, what's next, you know?
Shout out Bob's, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out PVs, come on now.
Man, how I started, I was like 12 and my mom wanted me to be in the middle school band.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was in that. I was there too. So.
Yeah, so I played clarinet for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I was like 13 and I was like, all right, I got to start trying to be cool. So let me get a guitar. Went to a thrift store, got like a $50 guitar. And then ever since then, I would try to put together bands and do that, and never would work out. It would just be like the friends type thing that he was just saying. And then college, doing the same bedroom thing, never would work out. I would try to put together bands as well here. I put out stuff on Reddit. Like, it was down to that. I was desperate. And then one day I was like, let me check Reddit again. He posted on Reddit about finding a band, and I was like, all right, here we are. And now I'm a bass player. I don't play guitar anymore.
And we love you for it.
Yeah, sure.
When I was about 13 or 14, my parents really wanted me to play sports, and I hated it so much. And they were like, you need to do something. You can't just not do anything. So they forced me to start taking guitar lessons. Didn't really like it at first, but then I was in the car with my dad, and Guns N' Roses started playing. And I was like, damn, like, I want to play that stuff. So ever since then, I just started ripping.
That's awesome, yeah. No, and that's funny because you said you grew up playing drums and all. So I got a connection with both of y'all.
Yeah.
Middle school, I was in the jazz band. I played drum set. I mentioned this in our last interview. It's just funny that I love how like music can connect all of us in the sense of like this is where we started playing music and this is where we're at now. Like, you know, DJing now and all, but we all get our start somewhere and all. So that's really cool to see how music just connects all of us. But you know, now like you said, we're dropping tracks now. You know, we have songs that are written as a group, as you know, that's all getting cohesive and coming together. So from dropping tracks since 2023 on streaming platforms, how do you guys like to write and record your songs? Like how's the process? Who likes to write? How do you record it? What's the deal with that?
It's a very collaborative process. It might start with Jack bringing lyrics or me bringing a riff or a drum idea, but we all just sit down and just jam, and whatever sticks to the wall, that's what we just run with, and we'll sit there and work on it. It might take us 30 minutes to work on it. It might take us hours or a couple days, but it's just a kind of free collaborative process.
And I feel like it's funner that way too. I mean, just, you know, having fun with it, and then something just amazing comes from it, awesome idea. It's like, well, we should add this, we should do this for the song, and then it just all kind of falls into place from there.
Right. I have a thing to say. You asked about the recording process as well. So
Yeah.
like, each song is kind of cool to see how it like changes over time. So like we'll write it one way, and then we just recorded a song last week, and it changes a bit in the studio. So like it always changes, and then we play it live a couple months later, and it's just completely different than the studio.
For sure.
It's just like that moment of time was captured that day.
Yeah,
So,
it's never the same.
Never.
I mean,
Like
everything
9
we
times
play-
out of 10, like I'm not done writing my part till we record it.
Got you, yeah.
So, and then we play it live, and it's just completely different. I'll never play the song the same way twice.
I got you.
So,
Yeah.
something's always different.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun though.
Yeah,
I think playing
for
live
sure,
is
yeah.
you get like, you don't get a copy of the song, you get a rendition, and I mean anything down to, you know, how nervous or how angry or how happy or like whatever you're feeling that day.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a slower song might be a little more aggressive if I'm in a bad mood or something. You know, like so it's like, it's cool to see how that kind of changes day to day. But then also, like Ryan said, like kind of having a time capsule of maybe we don't play it like that anymore, but in that moment we were like, that's how it needs to be.
For sure.
And that's really cool. But
You got anything with that?
No, I don't
They
know.
said it already well.
I think they covered everything really well. Yeah.
All right, well, y'all have dropped 4 singles this past year. Let You Go, Won't Remember This, Phenomenon, and Last Cigarette. I got all those right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And I know Last Cigarette's being the most recent. I want to read this off because I have a play on words that I really want to say. So, after dropping The Last Cigarette in the Rain, what was the inspiration to dropping the song for streaming?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the whole song "Last Cigarette" is kind of, you know, dropping your last cigarette in the rain. You know, now you don't have that addiction anymore. You don't have that vice that you're able to get to. With that, you know, at one point you might be more upset or more angry with yourself, but in reality, like, you're the most free that you could possibly be. And so I don't know, that was just one of those songs that when we played, we'd play live and the crowd would just go insane. And we love, and like, you know, energy at our shows is the biggest thing. We really want to bring that back. We see so many bands come up on stage and just kind of play their songs and stand still and strum the guitar and get off, and we're just sick of that. So we want people to jump and go crazy, and
And crowd engagement's a big thing for sure. I mean, obviously, if you can get the crowd engaged, they're going to want to come back. They're going to want to see another Highjune show and see what else y'all have for them. But what's y'all's favorite song you guys have ever made? Just going back from when you first started recording.
I feel like it changes every time we record a new one. Right now, mine's the next one coming out, Girl Next Door.
out February 17th.
And we're gonna get to that. There'll be some more questions later on about some new music dropping and all. So.
I mean, does anybody else have?
It's
just
different
really
for
different for
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah, my favorite recording process was definitely the EP, just because it was such a laid-back thing at Nash, and we just had a fun time there.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
The one that I always think about to this day was our first song we ever put out, Crazy About You. It was just like magical feeling, like a new thing that
For
was
sure.
like we'd never done this before.
All right. Well, also I do want to mention the impact of coming home soon, because I know that y'all like to put that a lot on your Instagram videos and stuff like that. So, how has that song, changed, your impact as a band, or like the way you started going with the band? Because obviously you see that song's getting a lot of love, so it's like, okay, we got something here, and where are we going with this? But how did that song come about, and just like people just really liking that? Like, how do y'all vibe with that and do that?
I mean, one thing that I always think is so funny, because like everyone loves Coming Home Soon, but like we put that out and then no one listened to it for like 6 months. Like no one cared about it.
Okay.
Maybe longer than that.
It was getting like 20 streams a day.
Yeah,
When some of our other songs were getting like 500-600, so it was
For
like
sure.
really
Yeah.
down there.
And so we were like, all right, this is not going to work out. We kind of chopped that whole EP. It was just like, all right, well, we got to work on something new. And then we had just one video start really blowing up, and then another and another and another, and we were like, okay, maybe we need to start focusing on the song a little more. I've always loved the song. Some people in the band are not huge fans of it, but I always really, really liked it. That whole EP was such a, as Ryan said, such a fun writing process.
For sure.
Coming Home Soon was like the only song in that entire EP that we really planned out, because we were able to, we recorded as a single before the EP came out. But yeah, I mean, that whole writing process, I think I just like gotten out of a breakup, and I was just like, all right, we're about to write an EP. This is perfect. Like, what a beautiful time. So
Spill my heart out on
yeah,
the
I could just like let everything go. So it was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, now you are coming back to Greenville. You got 2 big shows coming up. We got February 12th at Lincoln Theater in Raleigh, and then right here in Greenville, February 13th at State Theater right here in downtown Greenville. It's a big event. It's a very exciting time. So how excited are you guys to be back in Greenville, and what vibes should we be ready for? I mean, you said you like to bring the energy, so what should we expect?
James, you look like you got something to say.
Well, I mean, the Greenville shows are just always my favorites. I don't know why. The vibes are unmatched. We come to Greenville. You know how Greenville is.
Oh, yeah.
We like to do our thing. Just go insane. Go insane. The crowd's always insane. The crowd's always nuts. And you can really feel it from the stage, so it's reciprocated. If we can go just as insane as the crowd always goes, it's going to be a great night. It's going to be insane.
For sure.
Yeah, I think for me, like coming back, and State Theater was really the first big stage that we played on.
Yeah.
So to get to come back, once a year and step back on that first big stage where we got that, I got my first drum riser there so people could actually see me and they could run around a little bit, and we had a lighting guy, and I think it kind of takes us back to that point in time
For sure.
where, when everything's moving so fast, we get back on that stage and we're like, we're
everything's
ECU,
just right,
we're ECU students again. We're having a great time, and like James said, the crowd's always wild.
For sure. No, that's so we're gonna. I asked this to Harvey Street as well. Should we expect a stage dive? Maybe someone jumping off the balcony, like.
Funny enough that you
If
said
Lord's
that.
willing, I'm willing. The crowd is there.
We have
Y'all
a
are
plan
good.
now.
Y'all can catch
As long
me.
as they're ready.
We're gonna
Yes.
push him in. He doesn't have a choice.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
just be ready. I mean, your fate's been decided.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you are doing these 2 shows, Raleigh and Greenville. So after doing these shows, what other places will you guys be going to in 2026? Or if you just want to kind of give like you don't have to give every place, but just
Hopefully everywhere.
overview.
Everywhere is the goal.
Including Antarctica, everywhere.
Yeah.
World tour.
Dude, the Penguins.
They love
Yeah,
some Highjune.
that's what I'm saying. No, we've been playing a lot of East Coast with a band called Dexter and the Moon Rocks. So I think the plan is to go back and hit those cities, do some headlining shows of our own, and then hopefully get out to some new ones with them as well. Nothing confirmed yet, but we're working hard on that. So
Could we see y'all out of state this year at any point?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've and in the last couple months we've played anywhere from Florida up to Maine, and it's been so much fun with a bunch of different bands. Dexter, one of them, but we'll. I think right now we're working on probably like 20 to 30 shows for April and June, and then after that, trying to go back to a bunch of those cities as headliners, so that we can start kind of forming our own fan base on top of what we're doing there. But yeah, with that, it's going to be a lot of the East Coast, and we're going to start moving out to the Midwest, and then I think we're looking to plan some stuff out on the West Coast as well, maybe a little bit later in the year, just to get out there, check the vibes out.
Highjune's about to take over the world. Be ready.
Yes, sir.
Well, so going back to talking about performing and all, what is y'all's favorite moment you've had performing? And this could be any moment, any party, concert, show, whatever. It could be anything.
I can tell you what our least favorite moment.
Yeah, we've
Tell you
had
what
some
our
bad
least-
ones around, but in the last like 7 months, one that always sticks out to me is we did the Louisville Palace with the Black Crows, and that was
Nice.
that was just an insane thing. And like that's an older crowd, so it can be very difficult to tell if they're really enjoying it. Because if they love a song, they'll stand up. Yeah, they hit that pose
Yeah,
right
they
there,
just kinda
and
say
they
like
just
this.
do that. So it was very like, okay, I wonder if these guys like us, and they just. There was so much love, and we had a standing ovation at the end, thousands of people. And it was a beautiful moment.
That's awesome.
A lot of us
Forget
had
the
some family there.
casinos.
Yeah.
Hit the casinos. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what about New Hampshire?
I was gonna say Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was
Oh,
great
Pittsburgh
too.
was cool.
Pittsburgh's
We just played Pittsburgh, and it was by far the most unhinged crowd,
Oh yeah.
which is like the perfect
Like
thing
people
for us.
smoking cigarettes
You're gonna love
inside.
that no matter what.
Like,
Nightmare,
six
nightmare for
inside.
staff, but like,
People are crowd surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
and that was amazing, and that was really cool because I live near Pittsburgh, so I was a little
Yeah.
nervous because I was like, if I take these guys, I've been talking about how I'm, kind of.
The pressure was on.
I'm like, if the crowd sucks, I'm never gonna hear the end of it, and
Yeah.
they can't wait to go back. I
Yeah.
can't wait to go back.
That was so much fun.
I was gonna say New Hampshire, when we played with the Black Crows.
Oh yeah, and the staff let us stay overnight.
Yeah. They gave us free reign of this entire amphitheater grounds.
Like sleep over at
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
Like if a door's not locked, you can go in there.
Wow.
And there was
Because
like,
we travel in an RV.
Got you,
So yeah, it was nice to have a place we could stop at.
Yeah, but I mean, there was y'all aren't talking about the heated pool, the open bar.
Oh, they left
the bar open, and they were like, whatever bottles are back there, just
Wow.
like help yourself. They had a Nerf gun arsenal and a guy that would
It
load
was
the
great.
Nerf guns for you. Like,
Yeah.
They had a lot of trust.
yeah,
They had a lot of trust.
Wait, so there was a heated pool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they, an arcade.
They had like
It's all
speakers
backstage.
all by.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell the bikes.
The bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, so at
So
the
it was
end
like
of the night.
3:30 at this point.
You
3:30.
seem like you want to tell the bikes. I'll let you
love
talk
this
about
story.
the
I
bikes.
love this story.
PG, brother.
So it was like 3:30 in the morning. The time was winding down, and we go and we find these little like drifter bikes.
I'm
those trikes.
asleep, by the way.
Okay.
Getting my
And so in the back of all these venues, there's these like humongous parking lots where all the trucks can go and turn around. There was this ramp. I don't know. It was pretty steep and long.
Yeah.
So obviously we decided to take the bikes up to the top of the ramp.
course.
It's like a quarter
Go
mile
out.
long.
And we're just flying down it, and just one after the other. I think we turned a bit too hard. It was just Hayden fell. Oh, Ryan's
I was
on
first.
his, Ryan's on his face.
I
He
was
still has a
first.
scar from when he
He has
fell.
a scar on his back.
Yeah,
It was bad.
just, like,
It was-
one
I
after
mean,
the
but it was
other,
the
just
best kind of
tumbling
bad.
It was
down.
awesome.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It was
It's
one of
worth
those.
it. It's one of those things. It's
Yeah,
worth it. You
yeah,
know, I mean, like, why
so
not?
much
When it was happening,
much
we were
fun.
like, "This is awesome." The next day, we were like, "Why did we do this to ourselves?" And then a week later, we were like, "Nah, it's awesome again."
Yeah.
So I think that's the best kind of.
I got a cool tattoo from it.
Yeah.
Scar. Yeah, pretty much a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to take a shower right after that. It was. nuts.
Anyway.
But still, hey, for the memories though.
This is awesome.
Core memory.
Yeah.
But now to get on a deeper level, I'm gonna start. I like to ask this question now that I've been starting to ask bands and all. what lasting influence would the band like to establish through y'all's artistry and the impact it will have on your audience?
Good question.
There's so many ways to go with that.
I said this, and like we've all kind of agreed on it. And when we had like a little interview at our Charlotte show, but you know, one thing that we really love, and like we've kind of talked about it here, is live music. And we've, and you know, in the last couple of years, I don't know if it's since COVID or whenever, like we see that dying.
Yeah.
And all of us have grown up watching, you know, festivals from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and just going back and watching all these crazy videos of how people used to interact with live music, because that was the greatest form of it. And that's something that we really want to bring back. You know, we're sick of, and we don't really play them anymore, but we got very sick of playing shows where the majority of the crowd was on their phone or talking with their friends or hanging out by the bar. Like, we want people to interact and do all that. So one thing we really want to do is just bring back the feeling of live rock music as much as we can.
Love that.
I was gonna say, for me, like, less on the music side and more on the success side. Like, I think something for us has always been, you see all these people and you get told your whole life, like, don't expect that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that. Like, no offense, but that's a 1 in a million thing. And our whole attitude has always been like, they're people too, so why not us? Like, why can't we do what they did? 'Cause like, we're gonna work as hard as them. We're gonna put the effort in. Why can't we do it if we make all the right steps? And so I think for a lot of people, like, if you want to do something, you have to go for it.
Of course.
But someone else has already done it, so
Yeah.
you can do it too.
I mean, no one didn't get anywhere without taking their opportunities. So what's to say you can't do it?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, they were in the same position you were in before they started. So like, why can't I not do it?
Right.
I mean, that's a great mindset.
Yeah, I think most people's failure comes from the lack of the first step. You know what I mean? Because you know, you can't make any progress if you're not willing to try. And I think in today's society, people just want to play it safe. You know, whether it's a business or a band, people go, just go collect your check, just go work a 9 to 5. You know, don't start that business. You might lose your money. And it's like, you also might, you know, you might make a little bit more. So I think just taking those first steps is really important too.
Also, you might create a pathway for others from what you're doing as well. You know, you create your own sound, your own way, and then other people are inspired by that. And I mean, you never know. You never know what you can create without not taking that first step, that opportunity.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
just any opportunity. But all right, now I got a fun question for everybody. I would love for everybody to answer. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh,
What did you sing last week?
We did Freebird. Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic.
That is
I mean,
a
everyone
classic.
loves Freebird.
And I had to convince him with something that he knew how to sing. So
Yeah.
mine was bringing Sexy back, and to get them on that one.
Did we do Sexy Back?
Yeah.
Was that at Fifth Street when I smacked him in the face?
Yeah.
I smacked him in the
Yeah,
face
you
with
made
the
him
mic.
eat a mic.
You
pretty
busted
much.
my lip with the mic.
I know, I was really feeling
knows
good,
it.
Yeah.
and we only had one mic, and I went here to like hand it to him, but he was right here, and I just clocked him in the face.
What's that one song, Tequila? That
Tequila,
one?
that's
I
good.
can- I can do that.
Tequila.
I haven't done it yet, but I need to do Your Love by, is it the Outfield? Josie's on a vacation
Oh,
far
no
away.
Let's go.
Yeah, I
It's a
gotta
good
do
song.
that. No?
No.
You don't want me to sing anymore? We'll leave it to Jack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate singing karaoke because like I feel like when
That's funny because
everyone's-
you're the singer too. So
but it's like when everyone's drunk and everyone's singing karaoke, I feel like people are like all having fun, and then someone will go up there and do a good job, and everyone's just like, okay, look at this
This
guy.
hate a good
Yeah.
singer.
I get what
So
you're
like,
saying.
in,
I
like
do it too.
yeah, so yeah, it's mostly these guys making fun of me, but I don't know anything Chris Stapleton. I love to sing, so
Hey, you can't
Bust
go
out Tennessee whiskey. You're gonna have
Yeah.
everyone with their flashlights. out.
everyone's crying.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah.
For sure. Well, mine's On Here Nelly. That one always seems to
That's-
get
that's
good
yeah.
reaction.
Classic.
On Here Nelly, can't go wrong. But now you know you talked about you do have a new single coming out that was mentioned earlier in the interview. So it's now time to ask: is there any new music we need to be on the lookout for? Maybe even an album. Works.
so much new music.
So we like really fell in love with the idea of doing an album, but we're trying to do what we think is best. We're trying to build our fan base right now. Right now, what stinks about the industry is just that an album, you know, no one's gonna listen to every song.
For sure.
And except for like your real fans. So we want to build up that fan base before we get into that. Right now, we're looking at putting out as much music as we can. As you said, last year we only had 4 singles, and that hurts all of us. We don't like that.
I got
So
you.
we're getting one out on February 17th. It's called Girl Next Door. And
You heard it here first.
I heard it here first. So after that, we're going to be putting out hopefully a song every 6 to 8 weeks. And if not, that means there's going to be some bigger projects that we're putting on. So, yeah.
Stay tuned. There's some big things coming.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah. So is there also anything else we need to be on the lookout for? I mean, website, some merchandise. Like maybe you'll be selling merch at State Theater come the show.
We got some new merch items that y'all have to come check out at the headline shows. So.
Yeah.
Some ECU themed stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very excited about some of the new merchandise, some ECU stuff. Very pumped about. All of our merchandise you can find on our Highjune website. It's like highjune.official, something like that.
It's HighJuneOfficial.
HighJuneOfficial.com. I'll learn it one day. But yeah, we've got all of our merchandise on there, and we'll hopefully be announcing a bunch of tour dates probably in the next week or so. And so that'll hopefully have everything that we'll be playing until like June. So yeah, it'll be a bunch of shows.
And also, where will they be able to find these tour dates and all? If you like to shout out your Instagram or
Yeah,
anywhere else you can
Instagram
find it.
is Highjune Band. Yeah, Highjune Band. TikTok's Highjune Band. Everything. But yeah, we'll have all of our tour dates. It's on our Spotify, on our website. Yeah, so you can find it everywhere.
All right. Yeah, so this is Highjune, and you can catch them February 12th at Lincoln Theater in Raleigh, and right here in Greenville, February 13th at the State Theater downtown. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Had a lot of
Yeah, thank you
fun
so
today,
much.
and we'll catch you next time.